30 people are in the waiting room. Start the webinar to admit them. Smarter words have never been spoken. Dude, I hope I don't have to go first on today's call. I went to bed like 20 minutes ago. I've determined about
No.
development stuff. It's kind of addicting. It's like a drug almost. Like, like it plays with you sometimes. You start working on a project and we're live, by the way. Good morning, everyone. Good evening. Until somebody else comes in and takes over and pushes me out of the way. I'm just gonna keep rambling on about 20 minutes of sleep because I'm so addicted to developing powerful tools for our benefit. It's not a sacrifice, it's an addiction. It's like, why does Bobby work so hard? Does he like us that much? No, 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 no. Bobby can't put his keyboard down. It's bedtime. Everyone's like, you know, you have a call in like 4 hours, right? You should probably go to bed soon so you don't look like you've got a call in like 4 hours. Yeah, but I just can't stop. I got the transaction processing in 12 seconds. I need it in under two. Here I go. You don't even know what I'm talking about yet, but you're going to find out very, very soon. Good morning, everyone. Good evening. Bobby Gray here with my friend Gage and Thomas. Chairmen, chair people,
Oh, they might
committee
be out there.
chairs, people in
Yeah.
charge, VIPs at the IDMCs. And we are joining you on what's today, Tuesday, June 23rd, for another edition of the IDMC update. And we've got tangible things to talk about today. All too often we get together and talk about what the future might look like. Now we know that coins are flowing and our future is in fact coming together as predicted. So thanks for joining. Gage, good evening. Thomas, good evening. Is there anyone else out there hiding that needs to be promoted to co-host, panelist?
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't have the ability to do that, so you're gonna have to do that. But I seen Steve was out there and
Corey's
Corey.
Corey's getting promoted. That has happened. Steve, where's Steve? Steve is getting promoted. That has happened. We've got some pretty low numbers on tonight's call, and I understand that's because we didn't send out an email. Is that right? Mel sent me a message about it a couple minutes before the call started, and then I went to yell at her about sending out the email isn't my responsibility, and then she deleted it, so I couldn't even yell at her about it. So, what did I miss today? What has happened in the last 20 minutes? What's going on in the world of the IDMC, the Iskander Digital Mining Cooperative?
We've got Wichita, Kansas coming up tomorrow. I'm
Hmm.
heading out bright and early to head over
Tomorrow,
to
huh?
Wichita. Yep.
Huh. That escalated quickly.
Yep, we've had that one on the calendar now for a few weeks. And then Saturday we go out to Arkansas. We're going out to Benton, Arkansas. It's next to Hot Springs. We've got a big group of people there that's coming out to hang out with us and see us. And then first thing next week, we head to next Tuesday night call. I won't be on here because we're going to be out with our friends Chris, Beck, and Andrea. We're going to be in Southern California next Tuesday night
Hmm.
with them. So
And
a lot
what's
of
the
events.
chatter like out there? We talked a little bit about the West Coast tour. We talked a little bit about kind of, the purpose of the East Coast tour was to like wave and say hello, let people know that we were not quite as dead as, it was proclaimed to be. I met with Luna PR yesterday, the group that put on the Crypto Polo Cup. And man, that was a great event. They just shared the video from that event, which I put on the Stream TXC and sent out to one of our groups somewhere. Hopefully, it's made its way around. But that was the point of the East Coast tour, and then the West Coast tour was a little bit more invitational. Okay, we're not dead. We told you that last time, and now we're ready to start going. And in order to do that, we got to turn the engine back on, get this train rolling down the tracks. And then out of that, more invitations to come and share our story all over the country. Wichita, what was the other one?
Arkansas,
Arkansas,
outside of Hot Springs.
Hot Springs. Okay. And then off to Southern California.
Hmm.
Guys, look, don't mind me. I'm still asleep. I got my first sip feeling out of the way. There's more coming, so keep chatting.
All right, so we got a good call in store. We got some big updates that we're going to go over. We've got some member highlights. I don't know if we announced last Tuesday night. I don't think we did of our new chairman.
Did we?
I don't think so. I think we need to announce our new finance chair, Joa Quint.
That's
So
right.
yeah, so I think we announced Corey maybe last time or the time before. But our new head of finance now, guys, is Joa Quint. He put on an exceptional meeting out in Arizona last week. There was, 70 plus people, 70 people in the room. It just was awesome. It was awesome to see everybody. And so we're welcoming Joe up to the administrator, chairman level of the IDMC here, and he's going to head up finance. And so he'll start hosting those committee meetings every week. I have my committee meeting next tomorrow, which is marketing and promotion. We've got a few things we're going to be discussing there. That's at 9 a.m. in the morning. Um, and
You
then
were saying the other day, maybe yesterday, that you were underwhelmed with the performance or participation in the marketing and promotion committee. Is that
in
right?
the yeah, I mean we've got some people helping and or some people contributing. I think a lot of people like to just like to show up. But really, guys, these committee meetings, these weekly meetings that we're doing with our committees, that's where you provide your input. That's where you share your expertise. That's where you bring value to the table. That's what's most important about these committee meetings. And so, if you've got ideas, if you've got stuff you want to talk about or stuff you want to air out there, that's the place to come and do it. So we can get down to the nitty gritty on how we're moving this project forward and how we're going to be successful with this thing. Right. So it's very important that those committee meetings are where you share your input, not just showing up here with these weekly calls, but going bringing your ideas to the table and everything. And we have 7 committees, 6 committees
And
every week that's meeting.
there's a couple things about that I think are important to point out. Number one is like it's not just a good idea, it's the law when it comes to IDMC. Like this is a member owned initiative. This is something that is guided and steered entirely by the membership. And that's good and it's bad. It's bad because it takes more time now to get things done. We've got to poll the community when we get to a spot where we're running outside of our authority that we've got, that we've voted and given to ourselves through the Constitution, and we have to take extra time for committees to get together, discuss things. So it slows things down a little bit, but as we've learned, as we are learning from our regulatory experiences and the things that we went through in the past, like this is an important component of it, not just for active participation, but to make sure that it's not Bobby's blockchain. Bobby's blockchain has evolved a lot in the last couple months, but your participation is what steers this project. And if you don't participate, if you're not tuning into those committee meetings and putting your hand up and sharing ideas, this thing doesn't have the ability to be as good as it could be. You guys are so talented. You are you got so many ideas, so creative, and bringing that together is what gives us the ability to do really great things. Um, yeah, this thing started a couple of years ago one way, but it has evolved into something magnificent that has only happened because so many great people out there have given input and suggestions and contributed to the project. The promotion and marketing committee participation right now is actually coming front and center because the cash is starting to flow again. And our responsibility, and we brought in Joe now because someone's got to keep an eye on it. It can't be me watching, everything, and watching the money is one of the most important places, for us to be responsible. Um, but now that the money is coming in and starting to flow, we're supposed to take that money and we're supposed to put it back out right away, not stockpile it like we did before, but put it back out right away into helping us grow and develop. And we're ready. We're ready now with some cash for some marketing and promotion. And you had a couple micro influencers that you were working with. I don't know if it's holiday or they're traveling or they're ghosting us or, what the challenge is, but like we got to find more. So, we've had plenty of people call us or text us in the past and say, "Hey, I got a guy that can do this." Okay, let's go. Bring him. Let's get a little deal going. We're not looking for like multi-billion dollar, top A level influencer things right now. We're looking for micro guys. We're looking for guys that can do a little bit to grab, a little bit of this project and help pull it down the tracks. So we need participation on the marketing and promotion committee. When do you normally host those calls?
Wednesday, 9 a.m. Every
So
Wednesday at
that's
9 a.m.
tomorrow.
Central. Yeah.
So that's tomorrow. So connect. What do we use to connect these days? The hub? Is it the hub?
The hub, and I think that's where a lot of people have issues, right? We have these different things, these different platforms where we're hosting this stuff, but now it's super easy to get to everything because you go to iskandernetwork.com, guys. The resources tab has everything. It has our dashboard login by member login. The member hub is there. Your ISK wallet link underneath that resource tab. You click on it, it takes you right there every time. And so it's very easy to get to. And I always revert back to that to find all this stuff because it got quite confusing there over the last few months.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that we're doing a good job bringing that all together. I think that we've got another step or two to go to continue to consolidate those tools and get them all in one place. But we're making it, guys. We've got monumental challenges and the odds are stacked against us, but we're making it. And that's a pretty cool thing. A lot of great people here, a lot of hard work, a lot of burning the candle at all four or five ends, but we're making it. So give yourself a pat on the back. Thanks for being here, and let's keep going. Anybody else have updates for us?
Well, that kind of brings
Um,
us to the first order of what I wanted to cover, which was kind of the things that we're working on right now, where we stand. We talked about this morning about bringing our placement to a new site, just so everybody that's in the IDMC right now can go and organize your placement how you would like it. One final review, one final placement check before we shoot off and fire everything live. And so the rest of this week, Bobby and Corey, they're going to be working on putting the placement website together so that way we can go and organize our placement. And hopefully we have that up by this week or next week and we can finalize. And maybe you can go into details more on that, Thomas. But I think we're looking to
yeah,
give
let's pause
everybody.
there for a second and jump into a bit of a deep dive because Thomas, Corey, and I had a conversation about it earlier today, and I wouldn't say that it was a tense conversation. I wouldn't say that like, there was nothing um aggressive about it other than the fact that we have to get this done. And, you know, like, look, guys, we've been talking for months about the future and a short list of things that have to get accomplished so that we can move forward. And any day now we'll hear back from the developers and then we change it and then it's another 3 weeks. Like, I know what I've put you through. I know that firsthand. And I've already explained and justified it or tried to in the past. Things are very different now. If you haven't seen the vast improvement in quality, preparation, structure, presentation, then you ain't paying attention. I get random DMs from time to time where people go, "So is this dead?" I'm like, "What are you talking
What?
about? Dead? We've never been doing better." So I get it. I know that we've kicked the can down the road. I know that we've kind of dragged all this stuff through the mud a lot, um, but it's coming to the point now, not that it's now or never, but it's at the point now where, okay, we are far enough along. We do have our act together. We are making this happen. The money is coming in. The community is growing. People are ready for it. What's left on the list before we can reach out to my friends in Bangladesh and say, okay, go? They can message
Yeah.
me 2, 3 times a week. When, sir? When will this be ready? I'm like, oh man, we're so close. We're so close. And one of the biggest things on that, and maybe the last biggest thing, is placement. And we've gone back and forth about placement 58 trillion times. And I don't know if what we talked about, Thomas, this morning is different or some way revolutionary in terms of our historical um, ways that we've addressed the placement concept and challenge. Is it different in any way, or is it the same as it's been? We're just setting deadlines and putting processes together. Tell me what's changing, if anything at all.
Yeah, I don't think much is changing. I just think that we're colliding and making sure that we're covering all bases, and we are there. So Corey and I spent a lot of time on that today
Oh, good.
after our talk, and we got all of the comp plan rules into place and all of that set up. Moving to knowing that we're doing this. What did we call it? Placerator.com.
Yes, the Placerator. I hope it has that name.
The Placerator. I
It's
hope
it's
Corey gets
either that or Flemistifer. Are you a Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs guy? That's my favorite movie. My
I'm
favorite
not.
kids movie of all time. It's one of those good, clean movies. They don't make like these inappropriate, like adult innuendos to like entertain the adults in the theater. Like you ever go into like a kids movie and you're like, that's not kids movie stuff.
That was not appropriate, right?
Yeah, it's just Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs was my favorite book when I was a kid, and it was my favorite young people movie. And they got the Flemistifer. Flemistifer. Anyway,
Say that's
sorry.
right.
So
Well,
so yeah, so we've got the Placerator, and the challenge I'll say is, look, we've got this monster that we created, and it's called Mine TXC. And um we're not leaving it out. It's not the redheaded stepchild. I don't even know if that's an appropriate thing to say anymore in
nothing like
2026.
that, right?
Not allowed to say that. I don't know. I have no idea.
Corey's
Yeah, if
redhead.
we can say
No, no,
that.
I
But
don't.
what I know for sure is that, we're evolving, and we're not leaving that behind. There's lots more coming, and it also improved. It's not like we abandoned that and just plot twisted and moved on to something else. It's the evolution of what we created, and everyone's invited to join us. When I say everyone, I mean everyone. Okay. It's not a pitch. It's not a breach of my cease and desist. It's not a call to Texans. It's something that's saying, hey, there's this thing. It's called Iskander. It's a Wyoming Duna, and it's open to anyone. We can't gatekeep on it. We don't. We don't graduate people. It's open to everybody.
New engine. New engine.
It's a vast improvement over what we had before. Some things are different and people don't like those things. Some things are different and people love those things. If it's for you, let's go, man. Let's go. But the train has to keep going down the tracks. It has left the station. It's like starting to move along at that pace where, like, if you're late for the party, you can still kind of run and jump on, and it's not that unsafe. But it is the continuation of the work that we've done since early April 2024. And we want you to join us. Why? Because it matters, because honest money is really important. It can change the world, and someone's got to be driving that train. Someone's got to be on that train helping make the world a better place along with us. There's a lot of great causes out there. I watched a documentary on the dirt. The dirt has died. The dirt has died. We need to save the dirt. Topsoil is eroding. Dust Bowl is back. Plants aren't growing without massive amounts of chemical fertilizers. We've killed the dirt. That sounds like a great cause. And if you want to go and save the dirt, and that's your thing, by all means, please go save the dirt. My thing is money. I think money is at the root of the dirt. And I think that if we can, fix the money, we create an opportunity for financial incentives to no longer be as lopsided as they are. And that'll give people the things that they need to fix the dirt or the healthcare system or the voting system or anything else that's wrong in the world. Let's start with the money. Okay, not everybody wants to work on that. Fine. I'm working on the money part. And if you want to help with that project, then the way and the place to do that is the IDMC. That's the engine. That's our growth engine for cash. It's our growth engine for community. It's also a growth engine for fun. We're going to have a lot of fun again. Fun times are coming back our way. And so it matters, and we want you to be a part of it. It's not here to be exclusive. It's not here to leave anybody out. It's here to take everything we've learned from the past and apply it to increasing the likelihood of our bright future. That's it. Now, having said that, there are some deadlines, because what we did is we took the entire tree that we've got from the old days, we brought it over and we said, okay, there's where it was. For better or worse, that's where we started. And we're going to give you two options. Is this right? I don't want to keep talking if you guys have changed the plan.
Corey, did we conclude on how that's going to be laid out exactly? They will have an opportunity to make their adjustments. Corey?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we're following the plan.
Okay, so we got a plan. So there are three options basically. At the Placerator 9000, you can go there and you can go, yeah, it looks good. Whatever I had before that looks fine. Or you can drag some things and drop some things and rearrange to your desire. Now, the reason we're doing that is really important. The comp plan has changed. The Magic Money plan has been retired, and we've now moved over to something a little bit more sensible that doesn't need to change every 5 seconds because we go, oops, we didn't plan for that. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I did a pretty good job with my limited knowledge and experience, but I've learned quite a bit and we've made some changes. Okay, well, one of the changes is you got to build both sides. If you want to rank up and unlock greater earning potential, which a lot of people have asked for, the greater earning potential stops the gaming. People go, oh, well, I don't need to, set up spots for my dog and my cat and my goldfish because I'm able to make, what is it, $25,000 a week in this deal? Yeah, but it's not magic. It's not automatic, and you can't do it for grandma just by getting creative. You got to do some work. You got to match your placement. So everybody goes, well, Bobby told me in the past that I should put everybody over here. My team leader is going to put everybody over there. Okay, well, Bobby didn't know what he was talking about. That's kind of like one of those things where in a perfect world, if everybody was building and everybody did it all the same way, it would have worked. It would have worked fine. But it's not a perfect world. Everybody wasn't contributing, and some people got kind of left out in the cold. And so now wise, experienced people have come along and said, well, that's not how you do it. Yeah, have people do this. And if they want to go to the next level, they've got to do that. Okay. So now we're giving people an opportunity to go in and make some of those adjustments. Hey, I really wish that if I had known that this would have been a rule, I would have put this guy on the other side. Fine. Perfect. Done. Let's make that adjustment. The third possibility is you go, just let the system do it for me. The system knows what the comp plan rules are. The system knows that I'm not going to get any free money. And so just have the system, which is quite bright these days, suggest, a good starting point for me. Is it going to guarantee I'm going to make $100 trillion a week? No. Is it going to help me orient myself in the right direction? Yes. We're here, as I said 1,000 times, to help you figure out the best way to get paid. If you're not getting paid, you're not out there helping us grow. So we're not sitting here saying, guys, how do we trick the system to make sure that nobody gets anything? How long can a system like that go on? If people aren't getting out of it as much as or more than they put in, they're unlikely to continue helping us build and grow. So make the adjustments, ask the system to make the adjustments for you, or leave it as is. And as soon as the system is prepared to give us that in the Placerator 9000, we're going to do a big notification. And there's only 600 of us now. We're going to do a big notice out to the community and say, the clock is set. Please get on ASAP, make the changes that you want to make, review it, dial it in, because after 3 days, 5 days?
Yeah, 3, 4, 5 days, whatever it is.
Well, we're going to have to get, I don't know, after a couple months or 4, after a very set in stone period of time, we gotta lock it in. And the reason for that is because we can't run the first cycle of commissions until it's locked in. So that's like one of the final steps. Okay, system's working, placement's locked in, and then we can run our first cycle. Now, running commissions is going to be a bear. And it's going to be a bear because we have to do it week by week. A lot of people, are we going to talk about the confusion and the complaints from the system yet? A lot of people are logging in and they're like, oh crap, I got 78,000 points on my left side and 22,000 points on my right side. Like, how does this work? No. It's compiling everything that's happened over the last couple months. We started the new plan. It took effect on, I think, May 9th or May 10th, somewhere in there. And so what we have to do is we have to go back and we got to roll these things forward week by week by week. So we have to run one cycle. And we don't have like 58 trillion sales happening a day. So it's pretty easy to go through an entire week and say, all right, what 6 events took place this week? What 10 events took place this week? What 15 events took place this week? And we roll through those weeks, pay out the correct commissions based on the correct placement, and we keep moving forward. We want to get caught up as quickly as we can. And so that's the next thing that happens after placement's done. So we got to get the Placerator 9000 in. We got to get the notice out. We got to get you guys to go through and review it, modify it, have the system do it for you, and lock that in. And it's like one of the things that we're down to the wire to finalize so that this project can go into autopilot and I can like stay up till 4 or 5 in the morning working on our other exciting things. But you guys are doing a great job, working with the community, helping people understand some of these new and strange, complex things, and keeping the systems, moving in the right direction so that our team is able to do the things that they need to do. Anything else to talk about with that, Thomas? What other thoughts and feelings do you have from the comp and
Well,
team?
we had our meeting this morning and our compensation meeting. So from 6 o'clock on, boy, we were running and a rolling. Me and Corey were saying, Corey says, do you mind if I eat while we're doing this?
Do you mind if I get a cup of coffee while we're doing this?
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
actually, do you mind if I eat breakfast from yesterday?
Yeah.
today.
And we, but on the committee meeting, we had an incredible time. And I think covered a lot of things and helped get a understanding and correct expectations of that we believe, not this week, but next week, that we should be all set and in place of everybody having the changes on. And only Iskander members will be able to make changes. So it's important to get to your teams and get them involved and get them in. And
Yeah.
And then those Iskander members make those changes, and we're going to be ready to start rolling out the pay, and that's an exciting time.
It is. And thanks, guys. I know it's been frustrating these last couple of weeks. We've had some really great people leave the project because of, the frustration with management, decision making, control, authority. We're figuring it out. We're just a bunch of people that are on a mission to do something extraordinary. And it takes a monumental amount of effort and a couple miracles from time to time for this project to continue its existence and continue making progress and moving forward. And You know, it's blood and sweat and sometimes some tears, man. Sometimes some tears, but we're not giving up. And we're closer than ever. We're doing better than ever. And oh man, I cannot wait to see what happens once we do get out of our own way. The Placerator 9000 locks it all in and we move forward. It's going to be a really great time because man, guys, we have so much to show for our efforts. I know we talk about it. It's about ready to get tangible and physical in the extremely near future. And that was the reason I was up to the wee hours of the morning because I just can't stop. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. So thanks guys for being patient with me. Thanks for the contributions to you and to the rest of the people out there on our team. All the members that are doing such a great job with helping hold this ship together. Do we want to talk about coins next? Do we want to talk about coins?
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you go through that?
You want me to talk about coins? All right.
Yeah.
So about coins. Okay. So as you hopefully have noticed, the system has started paying out from the last couple of days. In the last couple of days, the system has started paying out. And let me share my screen with you to show you kind of what I see on my end. And so I've got this admin panel. I'm a super user here. And the way the system works is kind of complex. It's kind of beautiful. And right now it's manual. It's manual because we want to watch every payout every day and make sure that it seems to be calculating things properly. But what I do is I come in here, I refresh the page, make sure that it's got the latest data. And what I do is I click on a button here by a row, and I take a look at, let's say, April 16th, for example. We mined 468 Iskander blocks on April 16th. We collected about 146, not about, but exactly 146,016 coins. The total mine power on that day was 3.185 million. And we don't know how many recipients, we don't know how many of those coins are going into escrow and how many are getting locked until I click on the build button. And what the build button does is it goes through and it takes a look at all the sales that we had that were on or before that day. The same way as we've always done it. But now we're more involved in the process from a development and technical standpoint, and we get to watch it happen. And so it's performing this incredibly complex algorithm right now that doesn't just look at dates and sales, but it also looks at wallets. So it says, okay, this person had this sale on this day, and here is their wallet. And so when it's done, it gives you this calculation that says, okay, we jumped on that day from 368 recipients to 372. And we can click on the view button here, and it goes through and it says, okay, here's how much this wallet gets, here's how much this wallet gets, here's how much this wallet gets. And it does it on a day-by-day basis. Make sure that you've got enough coins in the wallet. Make sure that you can look at the wallet that's paying out these things. The wallet's got 5.2 million coins in it still. That's spectacular. And as soon as we spot check this, we go, yep, everything looks right. You can see a couple big transactions down here as well. You've got this one for 66,000 coins and then this one for 33,000. And if you remember a moment ago, we've got these escrowed coins and we've got locked escrow. So the system not only says, okay, who's got a sale on this day, but it goes, does everybody have a wallet? Everyone's got a wallet, right? No? 66,000 coins are going to get held in our escrow wallet because you don't have a wallet. Now, you might not have a wallet because you don't understand how to set up a wallet. We need to work on that. You might not have a wallet because you're waiting for your cold storage coin. You know, we had this really great, simple tool that gave people the ability to hold on to it in physical form, lock it in a safe, not worry too much about it. And so maybe you're waiting for those. But at the moment right now, 66,000 of those coins are going to be held in escrow until a wallet is in there. So if you're looking and you're saying, well, I want my coins right now, they're not locked. I'm not waiting for cold storage wallet. Log into your account, which I've been told by my lovely wife is impossible at the moment. Log into your account and update your wallet address so that you'll get your coins as opposed to them sitting in the system's escrow wallet. There's a lot in that wallet right now. You can even look at these things by going into the Chain Explorer, grabbing that wallet address, copying it, pulling up a new mempool window, and popping in that address. You can see how many coins are sitting in the mempool wallet. Give it a second to load here. Yes, we're redeveloping the mempools. Give us better, faster versions of mempools. You see the new TEXITcoin one? Mempool 2.texitcoin.org. That's what the new one looks like. Old one, new one. So, why is this not loading? Click on the search button. Come on, guys. It should work. I don't know why it's not working. It didn't have its copy yet. So, anyway, we can look at the balances of these things and we can see how many coins are going out to each person. As soon as we're happy with it, we click on the ARM button. And then it sets up the what we call the drain that checks every 2 minutes to see if there's anything that's been armed that's ready to send. And then we can watch it go from armed to sent, and then we can view the historical transaction record on chain to see that it has gone out successfully. So there's a transaction. This is what it looks like. You see one input and then all of these outputs. And the ones for Mine TXC paying out are extremely complex. Let's take a look. We'll have to look at that after midnight. So, come on, load for me. Do it the manual way. /tx/this. There we go. Load error loading. Okay, never mind. So we go through and we build these transactions day by day. And what it's doing is it's forcing the system to recalculate real time exactly how many sales there were on that day and how many people there were and how many wallets there were. And so what we've been doing over the last couple of weeks is we've been going through every spreadsheet, every system we used, every napkin we wrote, a sale down on, and we've been jamming all of this stuff into the new system. And so we started the new system with nothing. There's nothing in there. So as soon as we put the first person in there, the system's like, oh, well, they're getting 125,000 or 145,000 coins a day. How nice for them. And it's like, well, that's not true. We had the second one in and they go, oh, you're getting 70,000 and you're getting 70,000. Then we had the third one in and they go, oh, you're getting 44,000, you're getting 44, you're getting 44. Obviously, it's not exactly proportional because some people buy this and some people buy that. But the point is that as we've been adding more data into the system, it goes through and it redoes the calculation. So some people have logged into their accounts. Thank you very much for figuring out how to get in there. They look at their account and they go, I'm getting 7 trillion coins. This is great. I don't have them yet, but the system says they're coming my way. The system is constantly recalculating as we enter this information in. So then you log into your account the next day. I'm getting less coins. What happened? Did those coins get taken away from me? How is that possible? I thought they didn't have my keys. The system constantly is regenerating this information based on the addition of these sales that were migrating over from the old system. Good news, bad news. The good news is that the new data is incredibly accurate. And the whole reason that we've been going through this painful process of manually bringing everything over and spot checking every single thing one by one by one, it's because we want to get it exactly right, because we can't take the coins back once the coins have paid out. If the coins have paid out, they're in your wallet. We don't have access to them. So we have to get it right the first time. We're going to make some mistakes. There's going to be some people that call us and go, well, you didn't put the sale in that I called and added more. Okay, yeah. There are going to be some adjustments and we'll figure that out when the time is right. But we got one shot at getting the bulk of it right. And so as we've been going through and adding these things one by one, the numbers have changed. And that's been frustrating for some people. The bad news is that the numbers are not accurate until I click on that build button and I click on the ARM button. Once we click ARM, it locks it in. So I go through these things one by one by one. As I'm spot checking them, as I'm happy with them, as I'm determining that the information and the quality of it is good, I click on build, click on build, I click on build, and I build 3 days at a time, and I click on the ARM button, and then those 3 days pay out. So I'm trying to get caught up as quickly as possible with the distribution of the coins taking into account, the evolution of the sales data and making sure that it's staying accurate. But if you've got if you don't have a wallet address, then it is difficult for those coins to make it to you. And you can see how these escrow numbers kind of, staying about the same, which means that people aren't adding new wallets in there. So if you're interested in participating in the marketing and trading side of the Iskander coin, please get your wallet address in there so that you will actually receive and have access to the coins that are getting paid out to your account and the wallets that you'll eventually have on there. And so, like I said, it's been a frustrating experience. What you can always count on is that it's very easy to do the math and make sure that you got exactly what you were supposed to get. That requires you to know exactly how many mega hash we've sold. We had a conversation earlier about getting some of that information on the homepage of the website so that it looks more like the data that we're sharing on the MineTXC side. And I don't know if that's happened yet, but it will happen because we want you to be able to do the math. I've got 2,700 mega hash. The total network size is 3.1 million mega hash. Boom, there's how many coins I should get on this day. And so that is coming soon, if not here now. I know that it's a little frustrating looking at it and saying, my coins dropped from 10 trillion down to 7, only getting 7 coins a day. Bear with us, guys. The paint is still wet. We're still getting these things dialed in. We did it for a long time. We did it very well. It was very automated and it worked extremely reliably. I remember one of the first times the mine or the network went down or the mine didn't pay out. It was my birthday. I was in Southern California celebrating with my friend Chris and his family and the team out there, and it's just ruined my whole night. And we've been down a couple times since then, but the network hasn't been down in a while. That's been nice. That's what comes with massive decentralization. But thanks for the patience. Thanks for the flexibility. Thanks for the understanding as we continue to improve the quality of the data and make sure that the systems are working accurately and doing what they're supposed to do. So a little bit of leeway there as we continue to lock these things in. And as soon as they're locked in, the numbers are finalized. I'd say we're halfway through April. We got all of March done and half of April, which means we're about halfway there. We got 2 months of coin payouts left to go, and I'm going to keep pushing through them because we went through the sales top to bottom, 4 or 5 times, and I'm highly confident that we got most of them. I'm not saying we got everything. I'm saying we've asked you a couple times to double check. We've gone through your questions and comments and concerns. I think we got it. We'll figure out how right I am soon. But coins are flowing. So if you have not yet put your Iskander wallet in there, you got 2 Iskander wallet options. You got wallet.iskandercoin.com and you've got wallet.honest.money. The one wallet to rule them all. Either way, they both work great. New features are getting added all the time to both of them to make things easier and better for you to get access to your coins and start to participate in the market. The market's very small, so be careful with it. Be gentle. Put some sell orders out there, put some buy orders out there if you like, and let's get this coin to start performing. I'm building more daily payouts. So keep an eye on rapid transactions coming to your Iskander wallet as we continue to speak. What else is hot? What else is on the agenda?
Well, just to follow up with that, realistic expectations, just to manage expectations, everybody, to start rolling out commissions again, we're probably a couple weeks away. Not this week, not next week, but the week after that. That stuff can start rolling again, should start flowing again, unless we have some unforeseen setback, which hopefully we do not.
So wait, are we making an official commission commitment at this point? Not this week. You said not this week, not next week, but the week after. You don't think we can do it next week?
Well, I'm not saying we can't do it next week. I don't want to make an official
under promise, over deliver kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm just kind of explaining people where we're at. We're building out the Placerator thing right now. Once that's done, people can go in there, make their adjustments. We give them the deadline. Once that deadline's over with, then we can start rolling out these commissions again, get people paid, and start moving forward. So that might be next week, might be the week after, but we're so close. We're right there. We just have a couple things to finish up.
Okay. Good. So I think we're close. You know, the placement thing's a really big deal because we got one shot at getting that right as well. Once that system's done and everyone's had ample opportunity to go in there and make their adjustments based on the current rules and suggestions, we lock that in. And then, you know, getting caught up on commission is almost as easy as what we're doing right now with getting caught up on coin payouts. We review it, we spot check it, we click the button to do it, and then it moves forward.
Yeah, it'll start going quick once we get there. So we're almost there. We're almost there.
What else are we almost there on? Is there anything else, or are we awesome?
I think we saved the best for last. I think we have a mining update we still have to get to. Do we have any exciting things going on in Conroe yet? Is Steve out there?
Steve's out there. He's so muted right now. Oh, he's undermuted and he's videoed. Hello, Steve.
Yeah, guys, I think I can stay with the consistent theme and saying we're almost there. Last week on the video, we announced that we had got all eight new containers set in place. You know, obviously 8 pieces to the 4 mines. We got them all set finally last week, and this week we've been spending our time focusing on, you know, hooking up the plumbing, hooking up the low voltage electricity, getting them all cleaned up, getting everything ready, all the small hookups. This last week on Friday, we did have the electricians come out and they installed all the wire. They're called wire trays. It's essentially a racking system that holds all the wire off the ground. They got all that installed by Friday. That allowed them the luxury of being able to get the very accurate footage of the wire necessary to hook everything up.
And the wire's like $800 a foot, so accuracy is really important on that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to buy extra, and you really don't want to buy too short either. So,
no.
you know, it's not one of those things you just kind of take a wild guess on. So you're right. But so we got a real good measurement on there, and we went back. The contractor we did several bids. And our contractors found the right spot to buy the wire from. We kind of decided on that yesterday, and so we're you know, just doing the typical thing. We're moving the money around so that we can get that taken care of. Bobby's helping us out with that.
Man, what a
the wire's
disaster that
available.
money movement stuff is. Why doesn't everybody take crypto? Crypto's so easy. Money from one side of the world to the other. Snap your fingers, it's there. I feel like we should do something about this. Should we help the world get a better monetary system? Sounds like an important thing to do. Sorry for interrupting.
For some reason, I feel like you're on that, brother. I feel like you're on that. So,
Yeah.
or we're on that, maybe all together. So, but yeah, it definitely would be easier if everybody took crypto. But we do have some workarounds in place. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're ordering the wire today. I'm hoping very soon the electricians will get that in stock. It should be readily available. It's just a matter of going out and getting it all cut up in pieces so that we can actually handle it. Not only is it very expensive, but it's very heavy. It takes a crane. It takes a crane just to bring the roll of wire out to us and carry it around the job, because we can't. It's not something you just roll out with your hands. But furthermore, I'm expecting those guys to hopefully be able to schedule that as soon as possible. And that is literally the next thing in place to do, is to start rolling out the wire. And I don't want to say it's a simple task, because it's high voltage and there's a lot of factors, and that's why they're professionals. But they just have to connect the ends and juice it up. And then the mining team, myself and the rest of the mining team, we jump back into our roles, and we're gonna pump these tubs full of fluid and get them all tested, make sure that they don't have leaks. Drop the miners. We got 800 miners ready to go. They're sitting in a warehouse on pallets, all wrapped up with address, destination of Conroe, Texas. We're ready to ship them, and once we get the green light and we get some clear weather, of course, it looks real good. Our forecast looks real good right now. We're going to get those bad boys shipped down here, dropped in the soup, and get these things hashing. So We're staying on target. We did get a little delay in the beginning with the weather. We've already talked about that. That's old news. What I'd like to share with the community now is we're on target. We got dry weather in front of us, and we're making progress every single day. And in theme, just like they've been talking about with the coins, and they've been talking about with commissions, I'll carry the torch in mining. We're close, guys. We're really really close, and I'm very very excited to announce that to the community that just around the corner is going to be, and it's a big move. Got 13.2 is about the total 13.2 terahash that we're going to add to the size of the mine. In today's world, we're operating around 6 or 7. We're going to add around 13 to that, if once it all comes online. So that's going to put us to a big number. It's going to be really exciting. I'm sure Bobby's going to have a lot of great news for us when it comes to Litecoin and Doge merge mining results. I mean, there's some fantastic stuff getting ready to happen right around the corner. So.
And that's awesome. And I want to point out, thanks for the update, Steve. I want to point out, something that some of you are maybe thinking. It's like, well, is that TEXITcoin mining that we're talking about? Or are we talking about Iskander mining? We're talking about TEXITcoin mining. And first of all, the two are connected. If you go to pool.texitcoin.org now, you can see that we're merge mining Litecoin, Doge, TEXITcoin, Iskander Coin, and Zero Chill Coin all together. We've got 5 coin merge mining going now, which was a huge improvement for us. It fixed our network. It got some new revenue streams going for us. So it was a vast improvement for us. We're trying to wrap up this project for TEXITcoin so we can look you in the eye and look our government regulator friends in the eye and say, look, we followed through on the commitment we made. We built the mine. We're also learning right now. We've got a giant learning experience on our hand with Victoria. That was supposed to be mine number 1. We were supposed to have a big party where we flipped the switch. That still hasn't turned on. We're still waiting for the replacement transformer for that. Replacement transformers, copper wire, all this stuff. We're right in the middle of like the highest demand these markets ever seen, thanks to what's happening in the world. So, we're in the middle of that storm. And that's exciting on one part because it means we're kind of, right in the middle of it. It's also frustrating because it means that we're not able to follow through because we've got delays that are outside of our control. But we're learning right now. And that knowledge is what we're taking to roll into the continuation of the mine growing on a bigger scale. The bigger scale also gives us more options. It gives us options outside of Texas. Maybe somebody's got a big plant somewhere with big power pre-installed with a cheap rate, and we can send a shipping container there. Now we've got 4 more shipping containers that are on order, mostly paid for. These are hydro cooling containers as opposed to immersion cooling containers. I think Steve mentioned this on a call, before, but they're there and they're waiting for us to call them and say, okay, we know exactly where to send these things. Now, last time we did that, we had them sent to a field in Victoria and they got stuck in the mud. And it cost, what, $13,000 to get them pulled out of the mud? These are big, heavy industrial things, right? It's not cheap to move these things. And so we got to get it right kind of the first time. So as soon as you wrap up there, Steve, good news, bad news, you're off to the next project, my friend. We're looking for the next site. We've got these containers. We also want to add hash power internationally for Iskander. That was the whole goal in the first place, was to give ourselves some geopolitical diversification outside of Texas, outside of the US as well. And so you got more work on your plate coming up once this is done. And you have to remember that these two projects are completely connected. It's not like we threw off TEXITcoin and said, moving on. These are absolutely interconnected projects. And so there's some shared resources, there's some shared costs, there's some benefit to all of that for all of us. But the thing is, we got to get this out of the way to follow through on the original commitment so that we can start to work on the new commitments that we're making. And so you'll see this kind of transition take place as we wrap up there, we get that done, and we start building out the Iskander mines, whether that puts you on a plane to Siberia or to Zimbabwe or to somewhere else where there's an abundant source of cheap power. We've got to do that next because we've got 3 million plus mega hash to build out now for Iskander. Let's go.
Well, I've got some friends on a beautiful island in the Mediterranean called Cyprus that have been kind of pulling my string to offer a mining location. So I hear that's quite nice, maybe in the winter months, not so much in the
Well,
summer months, but we'll see.
let's get some ears to the ground and figure out where that is. Remember, crypto is like portable energy. If there's a mining site somewhere in, I don't know where, let's say Brazil, and it's an underutilized resource and the power there is abundant and cheap, we can drop a container there. We can monetize that cheap energy and we can sell it at market somewhere else. It's portable energy. Gold is portable land, crypto is portable energy. What an amazing technology that gives us. And so that's what we're going to start looking out for with Iskander. We have the ability to build this thing outside of Texas, all over the world. Let's find the best places where all the big boys are doing it, whether that's in the Middle East somewhere like we originally planned, or Eastern Europe, or South America. Anywhere that there's an abundant supply of inexpensive power is what we're going to be looking at. Get your passport ready. You might have to jump on a plane and go and get us plugged in somewhere else. So learn all you can, get as much experience as you can, and then be ready to build out the Iskander digital mining cooperative resources anywhere on Earth that calls to us.
Absolutely. I'm ready, sir.
Cool. Thanks, man. What else we have to talk about tonight?
That brings us to another big question we're getting. Do you have any update on in-home miners? Or are we going to be able to send them out for IDMC members?
Well, first of all, absolutely. The same thing we did with TEXITcoin, and we'll do the same thing, I guess, with Iskander. You got to get enough hash power to qualify. Once you get enough hash power, we'd love to send you a miner. Now that we are merge mining Doge and Litecoin, and I've heard a couple of complaints about the Doge not paying out. I got to look into that still. But now that that is working and we are getting Doge, it should be profitable. Should be profitable. How profitable? I don't know. $2 a month, $200 a month? I do not know. We don't have any real world data yet. But what we want to do now that it's working, double check that it's all paying out correctly. But we want to help people find creative ways to get on power contracts to give them the ability to maximize the benefit of that. Like I remember being in Texas, we had free nights and weekends. Use all the electricity you want while you sleep. Power's cheap during the night. If the consumers don't use all the power that's generated, it just burns off. They don't have giant batteries that power gets stored in. And so the power companies make the power available, for cheap or nothing during nights and weekends. Okay. Could you set up your miner to only run when the power's free? What a great idea that is. Check it out with, Energy Ogre or your power provider. See if there's a discounted promotion plan where you've got that, and then program your miner. Maybe you put it on one of those little timers on the outlet, make sure it's rated for the power that the miner is going to consume, but find a way to plug it in so that the mining reward that you get has no electricity costs attached to it. Now, that's not going to be possible for everybody. If you're in California, you're going to have ridiculously high electric rates, and it's probably not going to be profitable for you to mine at home at all. But if you're somewhere where you've got cheap power or you got a cool deal, look into that and then help us grow and diversify this network with something that has a good incentive for you as well. So yes, have I gotten to it yet? No. We've got a pretty long list of things that we're catching up on still, based on the security incident that we had. As we get through that and we build out a couple more tools for us to be able to grow, then I will dive into the home miner situation and get her done.
Sweet.
I've got a real world update for you on the Doge payout.
What do you got?
I just received 228 Doge after I'd say close to a month of home mining with the Doge connected, and it was not paying out. But in my wallet, my owned wallet, it popped in yesterday.
Really?
Yep.
So that's good to hear. I don't know what the payout schedule is. That's something
Mhm.
I'll have to look into. Some minds say, well, we're not going to pay you out every time you get 0.000834 Doge. It just doesn't work. We might wait till you got one or 10 or 100 or 1,000 of them. Or it might pay out monthly. I'm not sure what that is, but I will look into that and make sure that the system is working accurately. If the system's working well, then there's incentive for you to participate and help us grow that way. But glad to hear it. Thanks for
Awesome.
sharing that, Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else we got? We've been here for an hour. Anything else important to talk about?
That's all I got. We got Q&A. We got a few questions. No, anybody else on the panel have anything? If
I
not, we'll jump into Q&A.
just a short quick update. I met we had an AMA with the game devs of our first game, Deadlock Duel, today, which was fun. We got to meet one of the game developers, and we got a little sneak peek of where they're at on the game, which is was super cool. They're adding all of the sparks and the big graphics and sound effects and everything next. So they're still on point for a July 3rd rollout. They should be in Apple and Google Play stores in the next few days with their playable version, and then on top of that, we're gonna add on all the goodies and stuff. But first and foremost, we want to play the playable version. Um, and game two, we are ahead of schedule as well. They're working through milestone two. Got to play a little bit of that game earlier, and man, I am just super impressed of how fast these guys are putting together what we want and our miniature little personalized characters for our ecosystem, which is really super cool. It's
That's so fun, man, that we're making progress on that and we haven't even talked about it yet. I don't know if you
yeah,
guys talk about it, but it's like a big thing that's moving forward that we haven't even had time to get into yet.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be pretty massive though.
Pretty cool. All right, couple questions. Joe says, is it possible to have a place where have all the committees along with the Zoom day and time? Yeah, it is possible. I don't know what it's going to take to get it done, be able to sign in with a button for a committee. Um, yeah, Corey, I don't know where that's at on your list. If you've thought more about hubs and community landing pages and all that stuff, but we can definitely do it. It's a good idea to have all those links in one place. Somebody just sent me a message and said there's a thing that says the call is live and happening now, and click there. Um,
Yeah,
so we've got
but
something.
yeah, I'm pretty close on our hub. I'm pretty close. I'll send you a little final iteration of it here.
The question at the moment, Corey, is like, does this ever get easier? Or are we always going to be building the next thing? Like, can we get to the point where we're like, okay, it's done. Hand it off to somebody to maintain it, and we're not making anything else. Because every day I'm almost done this one, and I've got four more now on the list. Okay, I got to build a payment gateway. Okay, I got to build an e-commerce store. Okay, I mean it's amazing that we can do some really great stuff in a day or two. But those days add up, and next thing you know, you're looking at 15 things on the wall that have to get done, and each one's a day or two. That's a month, you know. So I hope it gets easier.
Yeah, I think we're in a good spot. I think we've got a lot of the foundations in place.
Um, Thaddeus wants to know, being a founder, first 500 top of the tree. Am I in the founders, which is different to Texit tree, which I was placed in a dead place? Thomas, I don't really know the best way to answer that. First and foremost, no free rides anywhere ever in this deal. It's just not designed like that. Second of all, there is a requirement now that in order to level up in the plan, you've got to help your team. Actually, a couple of requirements in there. So you should get more support than you've had in the past. Should being the key word there. As far as where you are going to be, you're probably going to be somewhere very similar to where you were before, because we are keeping the placement as it was. But again, people are going to be making adjustments based on the new rules, and the new rules require that they've got to do something to support you. and then I'm not sure what we're going to do once we pass that July 12th deadline, if we collapse everything and compress it so that people do get more support and they're just not hanging out in the middle of nowhere land.
Yeah,
Is that what's going to happen?
that is what's going to happen.
Okay. So,
It should not be an issue after the 12th.
so that is, I would say, hang tight, man. This plan is built by smarter people that know about the challenge that you're facing. Don't expect anything for free, guys. Please, please, please realize that your participation is what's going to be directly related to what you get out of this deal. So don't go into any part of this with that expectation. Once you get past that, rest assured that very intelligent people that are very experienced in this stuff have done an incredible job of putting together a plan that deals with some of the challenges that we had, many of the challenges, if not all of them, that we had in the first place. So things will get better. You may have to work a little harder, but the net result is that the system will do its job. In addition to that, a big problem that we had before was a lack of education and training. We had some great people come along and they brought their vast experiences and resources. We've bought that information and we're putting that information together into our own training platform so that if you bring somebody on, they can hit the ground running and they can help you build instead of going, I don't really know what to do. I'm not really sure. Go watch the videos. We've got 10 great videos now to help you at least get yourself oriented in the right direction so that you can, participate and contribute as well. So there's a lot more coming. So hang tight. I can't tell you that it's going to be smooth sailing because you're going to end up in some magic spot and everyone else is going to do the work for you. But I can tell you that you should expect it to be far superior to what we had in the past. That I'm sure of. Becky says, read the placement chart. Are you going to have a specific training session so we can understand what y'all are referring to? I think we might even go further than that and do it like a live demo of it, like a live build. Hey, I'm going to adjust my chart. Let me show you what I'm doing. Let's do it together. So hopefully we can do a live interactive session so you can watch how we're doing it, not just so you understand how the system and the tools work, but so you can understand some of the mentality behind the strategies used by the pros to maximize the benefits of the comp plan, either the requirements or the benefits of the comp plan. I'm not that guy. Thomas is that guy, and Thomas does like 7 calls a day right now. Maybe it's 20 calls a day. I'm not sure, but it's a lot. And we're trying to cut down a little bit on the number of calls. I know you guys are like, really? Another call? I've got a committee on Monday and on Tuesday and on Friday. How many calls can we squeeze into 1 week? We're trying to get, there's a lot of activity in the beginning. Then we start, seeing who's going to participate and who's going to kind of like, fade. And like, then we can get a more concise schedule together to keep this project moving forward without overwhelming your schedules. We want you to fix it and we don't want it messed up either, Becky. We're here to work together for our mutual success. Mike says our coins are coming late at night or early in the morning for TXC. Well, they're supposed to come out at 2 a.m. UTC. They haven't been because I'm still fighting with the program to get it to be completely automated. At 10 a.m. my time, in 52 minutes, we'll find the next attempt to see if the system is working completely automated. But it's supposed to come out nighttime in the USA. 2 a.m. UTC, Universal Coordinated Time. I don't know why they don't call it UTC. Anyway, what else is on our call? Is that it? Did we do it?
That's it. It looks like a wrap. We don't have any more questions. Remember, guys, we've got Wichita tomorrow night. Then we've got Arkansas, Southern California. We're also doing 2 blitz calls. The blitz calls are continuing. We do 2 blitz calls a week right now. Monday, 6 p.m. and Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time. So we're going to continue to do those guest call presentation calls for you guys if you would like to join on those 2 times, Monday at 6 and Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time.
Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. The only way this thing has held itself together is with this incredible team. I'm over here doing my part my way, and I'm happy with the results. You guys are doing your part your way, and because of all of that, hey, we're making it. So thanks again. Thanks to all the people that tuned in tonight. So much more is coming, guys. I don't even want to give you any hints on things that are coming that are really going to show you a tangible result for the hard work that we've been doing over the last couple of years. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night. We'll connect with you again on Thursday for the Honest Money Hour update with Bobby. All right, we'll talk to you and